Hey everyone, you're listening to Nerd Boys Comic Book Podcast. I'm Marco.
I'm Damon.
And today we're going to talk about a bunch of crazy cool news stuff, like Joss Whedon's Batgirl movie, the new Warriors on Freeform, and Rick and Morty Season 3. But first, I'd just like to remind any new listeners to please subscribe to the channel if they haven't done so already. But let's get into the news, starting with Joss Whedon potentially writing and directing the new Batgirl movie.
Oh man, Batgirl. No better, no more perfect news. Like, no more perfect person have been picked for Batgirl. The only more perfect person would have literally been a woman. And who loved comics, which I guess Felicia Day, if she's really good at directing movies. Actually, I don't know.
She could even be Batgirl, too.
Maybe. I'm trying to think. Actually, I can't think. That's one of the really irritating things is there aren't a lot of female directors who, do action movies. So I can't think of anybody I know for sure who is that'd be perfect for anything that we, talk about. I'm always, fancy casting stuff. So it's one of those things that's just but yeah, back to Joss Whedon, Batgirl. That's exciting. And it's probably going to be awesome if it comes out. Part of me feels like there's too much going on at once now. It's just all going to implode before we even get a chance to get there. But that's knock on wood, not going to happen. I shouldn't have literally knocked on the wood, should I?
Oh, it's fine. But the thing I'm most worried about is DC's interference with directors. They've kind of been losing a lot of directors because they keep interfering with the movies. And that's the reason he left Marvel.
Yeah.
With Age of Ultron, he's nah.
I think they would have, honestly, I think that if it goes through, because it sounds like at this point, let's call it a hard rumor. It's kind of well, that's probably going to happen because it sounds like a dream project for him. One of those things that he would love to do. I can see him foregoing and dealing with that stuff going in, wrapping his brain around that first and then going in and saying, okay, I'll do it, because I really want to do this character. I really have a good idea. Or he's yeah, if you guys don't do these list of things, give me these things, then I will be satisfied with this. And I'm going, well, we don't have anything else to lose. And just giving him that freedom, especially with a Batgirl movie, I think I think that he doesn't have a problem with the whole continuity thing. So I think that as long as it fits into the continuity and you get her as a character, her growth as a character and all that stuff, I think it'll be dope. It can be an Ant-Man level of standalone.
Well, here's my theory.
Yeah.
I think that they're just gonna ditch the DCEU and just go for a Batverse. If you think about it,
they might. That is not out of the realm of possibility at all, because that's basically what's happening with the animated things. Even though the animated things are relatively successful for straight to DVD anime projects, the fact that they even are able to keep doing them is fantastic. But they pretty much just make Batman movies, and sometimes they'll throw a Superman movie in there every once in a while, just pepper it in there. But the Superman movies are literally only ones that have no connection to Batman whatsoever sometimes.
And of course, the Batman movies, they tie into everything. They tie into the Justice League,
right,
Teen Titans, everything. Yeah. And then, of course, they could just do that for live action. Just be this is Batman's universe, and this is a movie where he interacts with Batgirl or Nightwing or the Justice League. But it's all about Batman.
Well, because they might have been doing that anyways. Honestly, Dawn of Justice sets up that way. It very much feels like Batman is the only real character in the movie, and he's forming the Justice League without Superman. Yeah, Superman's gonna be there, but he's not gonna be a person that helps Batman decide to form the Justice League. And classically, Batman's usually the most important person to get on board at the end of the day, but the last person they get on board.
Yeah,
with
funny.
The whole Justice League concept. So for him to be the one that's we need a team is it's new. But yeah, that's cool because Joss Whedon knows how to handle female characters. He knows how to write characters that are fun and interesting, and also to write tragic stories, which DC seems to be really attached to people being sad all the damn time. So yeah, I'm with this. I'm very excited about this. I hope that it happens in full force. I hope I get to see it by 2019 or whatever.
Yeah, probably. And also, did you know it's possibly going to be based off of Gail Simone's run?
Yeah, which is weird. It's weird to me that they do. I still hope they keep the Batgirl Burnside costume though. I thought when they said that, I was but I really want them to use the Burnside costume. The Burnside costume, it's dope.
Wait, is that the one from the DCU?
Yeah. The one, the purple one, the biker jacket. That's a cool costume.
I'll probably use that one for the image you're about to see right here.
Yeah, literally, regardless of how you feel about that run, and I've mixed feelings about it. And it's weird because I love everybody that worked on it. I think they do really great stuff, but it just felt like it wasn't for me, I guess, if that makes sense. It felt like it was targeted towards a really small part of the comic book group, and I don't think they picked up comics because of it either. And then they got mad because they did that one thing. So for me, it just felt like it wasn't what I felt like reading. It didn't feel like it was necessarily bad though, because I still wanted there to be some darkness in there, and it really wasn't very much darkness. It was a lot of like fun. It was fun. It was a fun book, but I felt like for Batgirl, it needs to be a bit of, she needs to deal with some of that. Like, she's still in Gotham, and it was weird to me that there was this part of Gotham that was affluent and like also safe. Like, it's Gotham City. Like, you get shivved in the joint. Like, you don't get...
And it's kind of like a weird thing. A lot of Batgirl stories have been trying to keep it safer.
Yeah.
And they're putting kid gloves on a character who has been through a lot of shit, so she can definitely take on any number of Batman's rogues galleries on her own.
Yeah. I don't have a problem. Like, I feel like they did the same thing with Squirrel Girl, and it works, but with Squirrel Girl, there's not that much history. There's not this dark history. She's always been, like, a fun character. And when I was interested, like, there was a time where I imagined, like, a Squirrel Girl, like, comic that I would do, and the whole premise would basically be about this girl who is very positive in a world where everybody's like, everything is dark, nothing ever turns out well, civil war, like, and she's just like, I'm Squirrel Girl, wahaha, and having to, like, actually deal with that, the positive back and forth, this person being positive, and then trying to deal with what everyone else views as reality, and kind of finding that balance in between it. But ultimately, Squirrel Girl being this lighthearted story where everybody has fun, and she saves people with the power of friendship, basically, still works perfectly, which is why I love Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. But with Batgirl, there's this history of, like, stuff. She carries weight, you know. She's the commissioner's daughter. She's been through stuff. Joker shot her. She's seen some things. She hurt some people. Things have happened. And I think that if you take that out, it honestly creates a story that I felt like was less universal. Like, yeah, less universal. Because everybody's been through pain, you know. But not everybody's been a single girl in the city. So I think it was just something that was hard for a lot of fans to relate to.
Because not many comic book readers are a single girl in the city, going through college, being a hipster, you know.
Yeah. At least without, you know, the need to fight justice. Like, I don't know, like single, like comic book girls. She was like a single girl in the city that doesn't go to the comic book store. Like, I think I would have been like way more into this book if it was about somebody in their 20s, but they also, like, went and picked up comics every week. Like, she picked up Spider Dude or whatever.
Yeah, just generic
just
Spider hero.
Generic, like, DC Comics heroes and, like, weird stuff. Like, if she was, like, nerdy, and that, like, that sense that, like, comic book girls are, and I felt like she was more, like, what comic book girls, I guess, not aspire to be. I wouldn't say that. I feel like that, like, cool girl who can handle anything, you know, thrown at her, and she also is stylish and smart at the same time, and that's the fantasy I think that people have, because Oz is, you know, as guys, is to be the cool gruff guy who can handle anything that's thrown at him and smoke cigarettes all the time but never gets lung cancer. So I just felt like it didn't work. I feel like a little bit of that should be in the movie, but Gail Simone's run is perfect. I read that early on, and it was intense and cool, and she was beating the crap out of people, and her boots had bats on them. I started out the Gail Simone run early, and then because I'm a sad, pathetic Marvel fanboy, eventually, when I ran out of money, that was one of the first things to get cut. Like, so I didn't get to see how that ended. I know how it started, and it started off good. And
well, that's good. If Joss Whedon's movie can be like half as good as I'm hearing Gail Simone run is, that'll be good.
Yeah, and I wonder who's gonna pick to play Batgirl.
That's a conversation for another day. Let's move on to Jordan Peele. Because he's got 2 rumored movies coming up.
2 rumored movies, which I'm not sure. I'm curious about. Like, I'm worried. This thought popped into my head. Like, what if Jordan becomes one of those directors who is like, that first movie is great and so overhyped, and then that next movie he just gets like second album syndrome. You know, that like, there was this one movie, I think it was called I want to say it was Cinema Paradiso, but it probably wasn't. But the guy who made it, the movie that I'm trying to think of, made a Pinocchio movie. And everybody was so excited about the movie, because the first movie he made, fantastic. I know I've seen it. It was really good when I watched it. And then he was making this Pinocchio. People was excited. Then he cast himself as Pinocchio, and he was like 38 at the time. And everyone was like, whoa, wait a minute. Where's this going? And then it was like not good. No one liked it. And everyone was like, this is weird. And he never made another movie again. And like, I'm worried that people are putting too much pressure on him now. Like this too, they called him up immediately. It was like, he made all this money. Okay, so we got these movies that we can't do anything with. We need you to save them. Save them, please. We need help.
Yeah, basically. So Warner Brothers is tapping Jordan Peele to potentially direct Flash or Akira.
I think the safest bet would honestly be The Flash.
Honestly, yeah, that would be the best. Because I'm gonna go on like this little Ghost in the Shell tangent where that movie was not good, but it wasn't bad either. It's like the best live action anime movie we had so far.
Yeah.
But Akira, there's so many ways you could screw up Akira.
Oh God, yes. Oh. Even if they cast the right cast, I feel like that wasn't necessarily Ghost in the Shell's like problem, because that can't really ruin a story. You know what I mean? Like there are people like in some seasons of the Arrow, like it's just like the first couple of seasons is like whatever. And the cast can be kind of give or take, but the plot kind of carried it along. So I feel like that wouldn't be, but like here's like, man, it can be heavy. And then there's also the source material versus the original movie. The original movie is literally just like half the book.
Oh,
like
yeah.
It's half of the, and it's like, oh man, that would be. Honestly, part of me feels like they shouldn't do an Akira movie.
Just don't try.
Yeah, because it's so Japanese. It's so Japanese.
It is.
And it's like to the point where like it's building into a very specific cultural zeitgeist of what it was like to grow up after that period of time, and then to put this into like a cyberpunk thing. And I like Akira, but like honestly, I think that they should just make a movie and just like heavily inspired by Akira, and then call it something completely different. Like just like you guys, we just didn't want to get in trouble. Like, you know, like
I feel like that's exactly what The Matrix was, because it was heavily inspired by Ghost in the Shell, and the Ghost in the Shell movie feels less like Ghost in the Shell than The Matrix does.
I guess so. Ghost in the Shell introduced this thing in the manga that I love that they don't do in American cop shows, and that's a cop show with a bunch of philosophical like undertone. Like if you were watching Ghost in the Shell and then Psychopaths is the same thing. You watching it and it's like in American shows, cops are always like, we gotta go in there, we gotta solve the problem, we gotta take this on. In Japanese shows, they're like Descartes said, like these are cops, these are regular detectives, but they not like Murtaugh and like Riggs. This is like, you know, Calvin and Hobbes, but like literally Calvin and Hobbes, like running around solving crimes. And like, you gotta get that in there, and it's so cool. So like, I feel like that if the movie didn't have that, which I didn't see it, I'm waiting to watch it for free. You know, whenever it comes out for free at any point. I'm not naming any particular ways that you would watch something for free, but still it'd be relatively new. But, you know, I'm gonna take that avenue.
Yes, but of course, Jordan Peele, Get Out. Do you think that would be a good transition from like this small horror movie to a big $250 million blockbuster?
Yeah, I think that's the thing about it. I think he did a really good job directing that movie, though. Like, It was really well done. It was really tight, and I think that was impressive, especially for like a first movie, because it wasn't just like a lot of times first movies that are good are like Star Wars. Star Wars is like pieced together into this in this perfect storm of things happening to make a good movie, the original Star Wars movie. But it could have been a bad movie at any point in time. There's so many things that could have went wrong that just happened not to go wrong, and it didn't feel like that in Get Out. Get Out felt very like this person did all the research and asked all the right questions and didn't get too cocky about themselves and made sure that they made a good movie. And if that's literally what he did, then I think that he should be able to handle doing something like The Flash, especially if he knows who to talk to, and like, because I feel like honestly The Flash would be way easier than Akira. I feel like if they still want to do Akira, that's what they're gonna call it, Akira, inspired heavily by Akira. But not Akira, that's why nobody's Asian. No, I'm joking.
And Zac Efron as
I know, right? It's Kaneda. Kaneda, wrinkly children. Wait, what is it? It was okay. It's a quote. Happy Harry from Harry Partridge from Happy Harry. Hey, Akira. Wrinkly children and evil military men have taken our friend Tetsuo active, and the prob's tomorrow. Oh, God.
I love that video.
So good.
Man, yeah, I can't wait until Harry Partridge is another animated short. He has done one in like a year.
I feel
maybe
like
2 years.
I feel like he got like a bunch of like commission jobs and just hasn't been able to put anything on his YouTube channel. Like, I feel like he's working in some studio or something, or some advertising agency right now, just like busy all the time and he can't. He wants to get back to YouTube videos. And he just...
Did you see his April Fool's Day joke?
No.
Okay, so he did Starbarians episode 3, but it was kind of shitty. Well, it wasn't shitty. It went through the history of his animation styles.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, we look like a hairy partridge from 2010. No, we look like one from 2005. Now we look like one from recent years. And it's like, footage not found. And then they turn into potatoes, and it's like, now we're animated by potatoes. And it's like, oh, at least we got episode 3. It's like, no, this is the April Fool's Day joke. This isn't episode 3.
No way.
But it will come, maybe.
I've been waiting for Starbarians episode 3 since I was like 16 years old.
Yeah. So sad. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
We just need to give him a bunch of money, and he should be able to do it.
I mean, the last thing he did was probably like Dr. B's episode 2.
It was a Dr. B's episode 2?
Yeah, there was.
Oh, God. I thought the last thing he did was that, because they announced a new Skyrim thing. I thought he did like a little video for that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I think that was like the thing right before this recent thing.
Okay, yeah. So, but yeah, we went off into a tangent. But I think his best bet would be the Flash, because the Flash is it doesn't carry as much weight with it. And also there's a script already. There are 2 scripts already that he can draw from.
Maybe even 3 scripts he could draw from.
Maybe 3 scripts. There's a direction. There's a direction there, and I think with the position that DC is in, if he has enough moxie, he can finagle himself some creative control.
Yeah,
because they really ain't got a leg to stand on. Especially if Wonder Woman doesn't do well, and Justice League and Wonder Woman do well, they really don't have a leg to stand on. Those are bets at this point, you know. And I'm hoping that they're good. Honestly, I feel like Justice League might not be super deep or anything, but honestly, if they don't try to be deep, it'll be way better than if they are like, oh man, everybody has a deep character flaw. Like, no, just make everybody have a reason that makes sense, and then have them fight something. I'm good with that. Like, straightforward, Die Hard type shit. And then Wonder Woman looks like it could be really dope, but DC is really good at making trailers, almost too good.
Yeah, they're really good at making trailers that reflect almost nothing on the final product, because they cut out a lot from the final product.
They don't show all the bad. They show all the good. Oh man, Aquaman dressed like a bat. I like it.
I dig it.
That was my favorite line in the whole thing. I was like, yep. I like this version of Aquaman now. I was, honestly, when I saw the armor, I was like, nah, I'm not that. Everybody was like, oh, the armor's cool. I'm like, that is too much. There's too much happening on his armor.
But it's orange and green, so, you know, homage, throwback.
You know, that was too much armor. It was too much. It was too many details. Jason Momoa too swole for you to even cover him up that much. The ladies did not come here to see Jason Momoa in a shirt that don't show off his muscles. Okay? Give the ladies what they want.
Cater to everyone. But keeping this DC train rolling, let's talk about the new Batman and Harley Quinn animated movie.
This I haven't seen the trailer for this yet. But Melissa Ranch, I was like, they so smart.
Yeah. I was like thinking, that annoying girl from The Big Bang Theory has a Harley Quinn voice. I can see that, yeah.
It's funny because that's not her real voice. And, like, everyone thinks that's her real voice. It's not. That's not how she normally talks. It's just a thing she does. And I love her in that show. She's so funny. And I think if you're not getting Tara Strong, you might as well. Like, that's pretty much the next best thing. Yeah. Especially if you want to get somebody that people who watch that show but don't really like pay attention to animation would know. There's a strong continuum of nerds that are like firmly pitchforks against that show.
Oh yeah. But they'll love it for Kevin Conroy.
Is Kevin Conroy back in it?
Oh yeah, he's Batman.
Oh, cool. That's right. Cuz they doing like Bruce, like Paul Dini style and everything. Oh, yeah, Bruce Timm style. I mean, I was thinking about Paul Dini like wrote. He mostly wrote, I think. I don't think he drew.
Yeah, Bruce Timm did a lot of designs.
Yeah.
But also, this looks almost like a fan-made thing. It looks just enough not like Bruce Timm, where it looks like a fan could have just animated the whole movie.
Yeah. It's weird because in the old one, it worked really well to have flat color, like this kind of flat cel-shaded look. But I think with new technology, it just doesn't look as nice.
Yeah, almost like Flash animation.
Yeah, it looks a little weird. It looks like it's going to be fine, honestly. I probably once I watch it, it looks like it'll be good enough for me to get into without it being a problem. I'm never gonna get over Nightwing's stupid haircut, but like that.
Oh God, he looks like Leonidas from like.
His haircut is so bad. I hate when they give Nightwing a bad haircut. I don't know what it is, But I feel like I'm a very particular way. I'm very particular about Nightwing, maybe it's because as a kid, I just really wanted to be Robin. And then when he became Nightwing, he was even cooler to me, especially since it was the 90s and you got to get away with having a dope mullet. And then he had a mullet. Like, he was like, yeah.
I guess dreads is the closest thing you'll get to a mullet.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That was part of the goal.
You want the black guy mullet.
Wanted long hair. Like, because he was even, his long hair was even cooler when they finally brought him in Teen Titans and they did the special, like, Dark Future episode where Beast Boy was fat and everybody else was, like, sad.
But Robin stayed cool. He became Nightwing.
Yeah, but
buff.
he looked dope and he had the long hair. He was like, oh, this guy's awesome. Like, I want to see him kick ass all the time, you know? And then they just was like, no, we're just going to give him a Supercuts haircut for this one because fuck him. Fuck him and his Russell Dalton booty.
Yeah. And also, did you know the villain in this one? Classic, weird, obscure villain, the Floronic Man.
Yes. I did not know that. That's awesome, though.
Okay, the guy who turned himself into weed so he could get the whole world high and conquer us all. Do you know that storyline?
I remember the storyline. Oh my god, this is almost as good as the guy that like snorted cocaine for superpowers.
Oh no! Or with the time the Absorbing Man became cocaine and then snorted himself.
That was a thing too?
That was a thing too.
Jesus Christ. Oh man.
Yeah.
Maybe I've been reading the wrong comics universe. So many, like, oh man. DC does two things right. Drug storylines and dead babies.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm not sure where that came from.
You not sure where this came from? You not sure where this came from? You
Dead
haven't
babies.
been paying attention.
Okay.
Think about it.
I'm thinking of every time they've killed someone's kid. Because they killed Red Arrow's kid.
Red Arrow's kid. Sad. They killed Aquaman's kid.
Yeah.
Back in the day when you couldn't even do stuff like that. They got Jason Todd. To be fair, wasn't a baby, but still dead kid.
Close enough.
And they do it way too much. Like they do it. They've done it.
They killed Damian too.
Yeah, they did. They did kill Damian.
He was close to being a baby.
It's very close to being a baby. This has been my biggest DC issue for years. Is they like every time they write a baby in, I'm like, oh man, don't have a baby. They gonna kill the baby.
That's what I'm worried about Jonathan Kent, because he's so young, and DC has a tendency, if a superhero has a kid, that kid needs to die.
Right? They do it all the time. Like in Marvel, what they usually do, I'm surprised Shogo hasn't like somehow got whisked into the future or some weird change in that to make him like 18 or something. But like usually they either miscarry, so you never get to know the baby first. See, in DC, you get to know the baby. They let you sit with the baby for like 2 years. You're like, oh, there they go. Like, what are they doing? Oh, baby, I'm so glad you came around and you're dead. Like, no craps given about how much you like that baby. They take it away from you. What did you think he was? Aqua Baby didn't deserve to live. He was a sacrifice for story reasons.
Put the baby in the fridge.
Yeah, but Marvel will take their babies and ace them up some kind of way. Some weird way. Like, they disappear. They were never real, but then they come back as different people, and now, but they're still siblings, and they still look the same.
Or they send them to the future, and they come back, and they're Hope Summers.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's an alternate reality, and then they have
or the baby survives. You got, Danielle Cage still alive.
She is.
In the background, growing up.
Even in Old Man Logan's future, she's alive. She's the one hero.
Yeah. She's Captain America.
Yeah. Well, but and also Old Man Logan's future, he gave the Hulk baby to her.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Did he go back? Did he give it? He gave it to her?
Yeah.
I thought there's a video that Rob did on
like
Comics
Secret Wars.
Oh yeah, because I was talking about Comics Explained. There's a video on Comics Explained where in Ultimate Comics, it was either Ultimate Comics or another one where they came back. This is another Mark Millar story where some characters came back from the future, and one of them was a Hulk, and he was supposed to be offspring of Bruce Banner or whatever, and there was another character there, and you found out later that character was Old Man Logan, basically. And it was basically this was the baby he had at the end of Old Man Logan grown up as the Hulk, and like this like future Avengers team or whatever. So it was this weird sequel. Rob Explains did a really cool video on it. It was like the sequel to Old Man Logan is what he called it. It's pretty cool. You should check it out if you haven't seen it.
I will definitely check that out.
Yeah, you guys too. What's the next thing on our docket?
On the docket? Well, we're going to go over to Marvel stuff right now.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about the Defenders, because they just released the first teaser.
Oh, yeah, the teaser with them in the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
There was another one, right? There was like a newspaper teaser thing.
There was. It was like, where's the Devil of Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah.
The most important one was that elevator scene.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it told us the date, which is 8/18, which is way sooner than I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be in September, like Luke Cage, but we get it the whole month earlier. Which
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to kind of push it a little bit earlier, so it's not like too close to Thor, but it's far enough away from like Guardians. But who cares about Spider-Man, because that's not really ours; it's Sony's.
Whatever. No, they pretty much worked out a deal where they give Sony money, and then they get to do everything they feel like doing with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It was just like, we picked the director and direction and everything that happens, and you guys shut up and take the money. All right? Is that cool? Is that how we're doing this? Because we don't want you to have control of our things. They're ours. Give it back.
Yeah, except we might talk about how that's gonna get screwed up later on in the podcast.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I feel like if Spider-Man Homecoming 1 is good and people are excited about Spider-Man again, completely forget about complaining about the fact that we saw an old Spider-Man movie like 3 or 4 years ago.
Actually, like, yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to. They're not gonna do that because they not gonna make more money that way. It's just not gonna happen. And they don't care about Spider-Man. They care about money. They care about Spider-Man because it made money. You know, and they're like, but you know, he's our Spidey. We paid for him. Oh my God. Like they're like.
In the 90s, you did.
Yeah, as long as we get to keep making money off of it, and it's a really dope deal for us. Who gives a shit? You know, if Marvel has creative control over it, you know? And I think that Marvel, as long as they make the money from movies that he appears in, Marvel movies that he appears in, which will probably do just as good, and then it's still, you know, merchandising and all that shit, and they pretty much still have the rights to his, like, a bunch of other, like, the games and stuff like that. That's why we get a new Spidey game coming out soon.
Oh yeah, PlayStation 4.
Yeah, so as far as other media tie-ins, so it does positives for them. Even if they take the bump, like, from the actual movies they make the least, they release they release a new Spider-Man series around the same time, which they doing. That has its own toy lines. That has kids watching into that. That has its own merchandising and all this other stuff. And then video games that comes out that we gonna buy because what else are we gonna do with our money? Spend it on, like, bills? Fuck bills. It's a new Spider-Man game coming out. You know, like, so they really can make that money back, you know, pretty easily because, you know, they Disney and they have the advertising power of Disney behind them. Like, they ain't worried about nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like, I wish, like, I could animate your face to put in there because that was pretty funny. But
they not though. They not. I think that people are like, oh, they're probably just gonna drop it after. No, they're not. If they keep making money, they're not gonna drop it. It's not going anywhere. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, but they're also planning to do that whole Venom and Silver Sable, Black Cat thing.
Oh yeah.
It's like they saw the success from Logan and like the future success of Deadpool 2, and they're like, let's get back into making a cinematic universe. Let's try to get all the Spider-Man characters, because Ghostbusters ain't working for us. Let's get all the Spider-Man characters and also take him back.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. Like, Venom can feel like a standalone movie and still wrap back in to what goes on in what's the name if they wanted to. Like, they could, like, literally make a Venom movie over here, Spider-Man 2, then Venom could appear in Spider-Man 3 if they wanted to do that. Silver Sable and Black Cat could be completely different movies if they want to be. They get hint towards that, and all you really need is a few callbacks to make people think about those things. Black Cat is a character that people know enough about to be excited about, but there's enough source material for you to draw from, but also not so much that if you change something, anyone would care. They could use the plot, and they've done it several times. In the animated universe, Black Cat didn't have bad luck powers. She was the only other successful candidate in the Super Soldier program after her thief dad stole it from what's the name. You know what? I was down with that story. That was fun. And no one cared. No one ever goes back to that story and goes, yeah, that was stupid or something. Like, no, like, she was another super soldier and her hair just turned silver and everybody was cool with that. No one cared. Silver Sable, even less shit is about her. She just a silver woman and shoots people. That's dope by itself. That's the Black Widow movie that we all wanted. They can make a good guy, they can make a bad guy. And as long as they had a right to other Spider-Man characters, any Spider-Man characters that are cool that they not using, they can just throw them in there. Not Serpent Society, the Zodiac team or whatever. I think that that villain, they can use those. They're not gonna ever get to use those villains. There's certain villains they probably won't ever be able to use comfortably because they aren't gonna be able to do certain things. Like, they might not be able to use, like, I don't know, Madam Web Madam Web's not a villain, but other characters because they're a little bit too comic booky. But if you put them in another movie and change their backstory a little bit, then there you go, you know? So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Now they might force it because when this stuff pops up and I think, oh, they could do that. You know, Hollywood likes to try to do the hardest fucking thing possible that's definitely going to lead them to no reward all the time. So maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. But anyway, back to Defenders and that elevator scene.
Real excited.
Yeah.
I really just want to see how they all get together. I really want to see what's going to happen when Claire and Luke
and Jessica
get in the same room. I need that. I need that thing. And I don't want them necessarily to fight over this man, but I do want it to be terribly awkward.
And then I like how Daredevil is totally looking like Iron Fist with that thing over his face.
That's like, kind of funny. This is how you're supposed to look. What? Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Also, don't wear this suit. This is my look.
This is my look.
I'm a lawyer. Don't tell anyone.
I'm excited. I'm really excited for when the trailer drops. I want to see that trailer. I want that trailer really bad. That's probably not gonna happen until, let's see, it's May now.
Probably like June.
That's probably gonna be Comic-Con. That's gonna
July.
It'll be San Diego Comic-Con when we see that. I'm curious about, somebody asked me about the Thor Ragnarok trailer and they were like, when do you think it's dropping soon? And I was like, probably before Guardians, but maybe not.
Like a week or two before Guardians, I'd say.
Maybe a week or two before Guardians. It's either gonna be before Guardians or to help people get hype about Guardians. If you notice, there's a cycle of they get you hype about something, and around the time that thing finally comes out, then they telling you about something else in the cinematic universe that comes next. So we just got Iron Fist, and then some more Guardian stuff and new Spider-Man stuff around the same time. So we all just finished Spider-Man. Now we're excited about Spider-Man. And then by the time the hype is down now, we're like, man, when is something else? We going to see Guardians, and then bam, Thor Ragnarok trailer comes out. Now we just like, God damn it, my pants again. I need to get new pants.
And a new wallet.
Yeah, and a new wallet, because no one wants that in their wallet. The point is, So I think that's when they'll drop it, because they already dropped like images and stuff like that, and they can't get us hype anymore with images. Now they might drop some more images before the trailer, but like the trailer needs to come soon. The first teaser image, we might get the full like story-ish trailer around San Diego.
Yeah, around San Diego or right before Homecoming comes out.
Yeah, because I'm assuming around San Diego they're gonna start showing us some more like set stuff from Black Panther.
Oh yeah. Maybe even like the first Black Panther trailer.
Yeah, the trailer like teaser thing, like 30-second,
No, at Comic-Con they'll show the footage, but we won't see it unless they do that thing that DC does now, where they're just like, "Here's the 3 minutes."
Because there's always some jackass that just like takes it online. It's like, I don't care about this job, and just like sends it online.
Or they just record it and they're really good at hiding their camera.
Yeah.
Yep. But on to the next and final Marvel news for today. We have the new Warriors show on Freeform. With Squirrel Girl.
Okay.
Possibly just call it Squirrel Girl and the new Warriors.
It's probably gonna be Squirrel Girl and the new Warriors. It is a dream come true. There are two things I love. Both of them I did co-creations, and Spider-Man and Squirrel Girl are their names, and I'm so excited right now. I'm getting a Squirrel Girl TV show. Are you serious right now? It's for me. They did it for me. They didn't think about you guys.
And it's not like they ordered a pilot. They ordered it straight to series.
Straight to series. This means this.
They have more faith in this than in Cloak and Dagger.
Like they literally were like, "Yep, people want this," and that script had to be awesome. Like it had to be the best thing ever. It was just like, this is fucking hilarious and great. Yes, order now. We're doing this. But the only thing I worry about is Freeform.
Yeah, the station that's gonna be on the channel. Freeform, notorious for every teen drama that you've hated your entire life.
Not like some of them are kind of good, though.
Like which ones?
I like Switch Their Birth, but at the same time, if you wanted to talk shit about it, I let you. like
it's not worth defending.
It's not worth defending.
That's not the hill you want to die on.
And I like it's good enough for me to watch in secret. Like the stuff that's good is guilty pleasure good, and the stuff that's bad is American Teenager. That show. I'm not gonna go on the whole American Teenager rant, but just no one does anything. It's just talking about stuff that they did that you don't get to see. Like
Like, why?
Yeah, why would you do this? Why is this a show? And it was on for 4 seasons. No, 5. 5 seasons. What? 5 years?
I mean, if that could get 5 seasons, Squirrel Girl and the New Warriors.
Yeah, so like I just really hope that Cloak and Dagger and Squirrel Girl and New Warriors don't fall into the trap of freeform shows and whatever that means, because they feel very like aimed at
teenagers,
slightly rebellious Christian youth. Like not even like they don't feel like they feel like MTV teenagers. No. These are the kids who think they doing something bad by watching Freeform. Like these kids say hell, and then I just like, oh, sorry, mom. Like I didn't mean to. Like, you know, like
this is the transition for your average Christian. Disney, then Disney XD, and then Freeform. That's the transition.
Much. Like they watch stuff on Freeform. Like, oh my god, they're talking about sex. Oh my, like. Because it's like that's how it feels when you watch the show. You're like, who is this for? Who talks about sex like this? Like, this is weird. For some strange reason. Also, Secret Life of American Teenager, that title, lie. They keep no secrets in that show. They tell everything to their parents. You're like, what? No one talks to them. They're like, they don't, what? Everyone's just saying what they do. So I hope that part of Freeform is them moving away from that, you know, that kind of style of storytelling and just
going
like,
to a more hardcore.
Not even hardcore, just good.
Or action oriented.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, and you know, I want Squirrel Girl to be like I was my pitch for Squirrel Girl a few years ago. I wrote it. It was a Facebook status I did. Was New Girl meets superheroes.
Okay, I see. I can see that.
I told you it was good.
Yeah. So, who would you want to play Squirrel Girl?
Oh man. Okay, so Comics Alliance called out Mae Whitman, and I like that. I love me some Mae Whitman. She great. Then you got that one girl. What's her name? She is Barb from Stranger Things.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah, I think she'd be pretty great. There's this girl on YouTube, on Instagram, who follows me after I did a Squirrel Girl image, which reminds me, that's the next thing I got to color. She was like petitioning to be Squirrel Girl. She's a cutie pie. I don't know if she can act, but she looks like Squirrel Girl. She should at least try out for the casting call when they announce that. I'm trying to think, but it's got to be somebody with, you know, energy and that, you know, has a great positive sense and personality. Like, I just feel like they should have that, like, adorkableness to them. Like, you know, what's the name has a new girl. And it's just kind of his haphazard group of friends who are just, like, trying to figure out life and, like, also have superpowers, which I think would be really great. You know, have a group of weirdos just together trying to be superheroes and not know what the hell that even means.
Now we got 2 pieces of animation news coming up. First one being Invader Zim.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah, they're getting a movie on Nickelodeon.
I'm excited. I want to see that. Invader Zim somehow survived popularity after being canceled after 2 seasons for the last 10 years.
10 years? It feels like 15 years or something.
Maybe 15 years. I think it's interesting that it's like there are these 12-year-olds with Gurr hoodies. Like... How did you find out about this? Like, literally, you were born. Yeah. Like, how do you even know? And I still see that. Like, I'm like, that's crazy to me. Like, that this thing that existed for literally like 2 years had this weird cultural impact that lasted this long.
The 2 factors leading to the longevity of Invader Zim is Hot Topic and Tumblr.
Oh, yeah. But I feel like Tumblr's really decent. It's mostly Hot Topic.
Yeah. I don't think it was Tumblr.
Yeah.
By the way, Andrea is here.
Hi.
But then again, my sister listens to My Chemical Romance, and I'm just like, why? When you were born, I remember when these songs came out, you were 3, and now you're listening to My Chemical Romance. It's fun because I get to ruin the songs for her by singing them. But the point is, you're 13 now. Find your own bands.
You're 13. Find your own cartoons.
Exactly.
And then they'll get canceled, and you'll feel this way for the rest of your life.
Exactly. You don't get to enjoy the fruits
revival.
of our waiting, our petitioning online fruitlessly, our constant screaming, our fan art. You know, it's fan art we did to make this happen. A lot. There's a lot of girl fan art.
And then, of course, Nickelodeon's doing that whole revival. They're doing a Hey Arnold movie, a Rocko's Modern Life movie, and they're planning some kind of team-up movie with all the Nicktoons from the 90s.
Really?
Yeah, and that one's going to be theatrical.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
man. I'm really excited about the Hey Arnold movie. Because the original Hey Arnold movie did Hey Arnold the show no justice whatsoever. Like, it just wasn't... They had the most cliche plot ever. No, it Save Their Neighborhood from an angry businessman trying to buy it and reestablish some big building. That was it. They literally do that all the time. Whenever they just like, what are we gonna do? I don't know how to put these characters in a movie together. Businessman, like, they homeless. Oh my God, throw it together. Oh, okay, movie. We got it. We did it. The plot of every home straight to video movie from the 90s. That's what we got.
Rugrats did better. I mean, they went to Tokyo.
Yeah, Rugrats
went to
great
Paris.
though, but they didn't do that in Rugrats because it was the best. Can we just? I'm not gonna go into Rugrats right now. Just know I love it more than I like myself.
Yeah, but I think we can move on from Nickelodeon and Nicktoons, all those movies, and talk about the real hero of April Fool's Day.
The greatest premiere in television history, which is Rick and Morty coming out on April Fool's Day.
Yeah, Rick and Morty Season 3 premiering April Fool's Day. Well, the whole season comes out like 2 months away from today.
I know, right?
But suddenly we got this premiere.
It's funny because it's just like, this is what you get for complaining for so long. Here you go. Also, wait, again.
Also, exactly a year and a half after Mr. Poopy Butthole said they'll come back in a year and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's something beautiful.
Oh God, I love Mr. Poopy Butthole. That whole episode was just like a mindfuck, and it's the greatest.
Did you see that Mr. Poopy Butthole promo where he's dreaming that he's in the Olympics?
No.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? They have all these episodes, and I guess they from like the DVD or something, or like extras online. But they like early shows that Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon did. That I literally like little pieces of all these little pieces they took to make Rick and Morty. Mr. Poopy Butthole shows up like 3 times.
Oh yeah.
Like like he was always there. You just didn't know.
Like somehow weirdly before April Fool's Day I was like marathoning a bunch of like old Justin Roiland cartoons like Mr. Sprinkles, The Unmarketables, and a bunch of other ones. Like I was like, man, I miss Rick and Morty. When's it coming back? And then the next day I'm like, oh crap, no new episode of Samurai Jack, just Rick and Morty.
Yeah. That's funny you mentioned that because they showed the promo for him. It was like, this week we promise, like we promised for real this time.
So many angry Toonami fans are like, give me my Dragon Ball Super.
Like, right? That's my favorite part, and I feel like you noticed because I texted you this as soon as I watched it. I gotta go take a shit. every time that joke, I was like, everyone's talking about Szechuan chicken, but that was my thing I got from it. It was just like, I just fucked everything up. Yeah, I gotta take a shit. I'll see you guys later. Like, because that's such a golden excuse. He just used it every time, no matter what body he was in. Because it's just always,
that's
possible.
An excuse in life. You're like, I gotta go take a shit. At work, you'd be like, I gotta go take a shit.
One thing I wonder is though, like, was it really all for Szechuan chicken sauce? Was it like really? Is the whole show just gonna be this? Like,
I think that's like the excuse. Justin Roiland's excuse. He's gonna use the Rick and Morty fan base to bring back this sauce that probably sucks. He remembers it fondly, but like in actuality, all the fans would be like, it's not that great.
It's not as great as we remember. What if it is like the best? There's a guy that like on YouTube that tells you how to make it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
McDonald's tweeted out that some of their chefs are trying to like take it out of the shelves. They're gonna look through the recipe books and be like, we're bringing it back.
They do this? I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Because that's just like crazy to me. They like, if you make a show, you can just change reality like that. Like, no one thought about this. They probably weren't even thinking about bringing it back for the like Mulan live action movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and Justin Roiland's like, you know what I really miss? Because Justin Roiland is a crazy madman person who should never be in charge of a show, but somehow he does have this show that everyone loves.
I love that, like, we can never know if Rick actually gives 2 shits about his family.
Or anything.
It's like every time you're like, Rick does care about them, he takes it away from you. And you're just like, God damn it, I don't know anymore. Also, Jerry's up leaving? They got divorced? Anime TV families never get divorced. They get close. Homer and Marge, Peter and Lois, real close at this point.
Yeah.
Especially since everybody stopped watching the show. Every time I check back in on Family Guy, they're like, they gonna get divorced. You're like, Jesus Christ, this is not even funny. It's just dark for no reason. But they's like, episode 1, season 3, this is over. Jerry's gone. Like,
This is the darkest year of your life, Morty. It's just gonna get darker.
I love that moment. He's just like, because he crossed me, Morty.
Cross me. I got rid of the government. I got rid of your dad. That's the power he has over Morty. And do you subscribe to that theory that Morty will eventually become the evil Morty?
This is a new theory to me. I thought it was interesting though because it proved MatPat's theory from Film Theories. He did an episode about Rick and Morty, and it was the reason why Rick was, because when season 2 ended, we didn't know why Rick was a criminal, and it confirmed that the reason was because he created the portal gun.
Yeah.
And that was his whole theory. And it's weird because when you watch the theories, you feel all invested. So you're like, man, I like this. I like the way this is going. And I was like, oh, like payoff. I got this like real life payoff from it, which was like sweet. That added an extra layer of like coolness to that episode.
Extra layer of Szechuan sauce.
I should really follow MatPat on like Instagram or Twitter or something just so I can like see him go, I was right, you guys.
Yeah. Well, a lot of his theories are wrong though, like his Rogue One theory.
What was his Rogue One theory?
The Knights of Ren. That was Rogue One, like the entire squad.
Oh.
And he was just totally wrong about that.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen him do some wrong ones that I was like, no, MatPat, not at all.
Yeah.
There's something I like that he does that I'm just like, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not real.
Whenever he talks about comics, I feel like he's just way off.
Oh yeah. The comic ones, you'll be like, no, Maddie.
That's not how it
up.
works.
You done fucked up now, boy.
You done fucked up. And I like all the parodies people do of like game theory.
Yeah.
Where it's like, ugh, I have a theory. A game theory.
I love that joke though. I love when he somehow allows it to get in there when you least expect it. And I'm just like, I just like his personality. I think he's a great personality as far as YouTubers go. Because I feel like sometimes like YouTubers can be, they jokes at just them being assholes and acting like that's somehow funny. And it's not.
Well, Rick's funny. He's an asshole.
Rick, yeah. But you gotta, you gotta know how to, being an asshole in comedy as a stand-up comedian it's a hard trick. It's a hard line to bear because you gotta be the bad guy. You can't try to convince everybody actually you good. Like, no, you gotta be the bad guy. You gotta be Daniel Tosh, who is like literally like his whole stick is that he's a uncaring, judgmental jerk. He's what you get when you watch too much TV and allow it to rule your life. Like literally, and that's it. That's the bit, you know. Rick and Morty is great.
Yeah.
Even though it always takes my faith, like it tries to destroy my faith in everything all the time.
Oh yeah, it really makes you question like, does anything matter?
Yeah, right?
My
Yeah.
life sucks.
It's just like, nihilism. Maybe that's the thing I should get into.
Yeah. Alright, but nihilism aside, I think that'll be the end of the podcast for this week.
Yep. Nothing matters. Everything's scary. Good luck. Wubba-dubba-dub-dub.
But if you do care about life, you can subscribe to the channel for more podcasts like this. Make sure to turn on notifications to be alerted whenever we upload new content. And make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
A-Town down.
Adios, guys.